Hello friends, Miss Natalie here. Today I'm going to show you how I use the word Eva to create my illuminated calligraphy assignment. The first thing I did was find the center of my page because when I am doing lettering, I always start with my middle letter and work out from there. I do not do the best lettering personally myself. So that's why I always make my letters kind of funky and fun. As you can see here, I'm making them funky and fun. And I am doing this in Krita, but you could do the same thing with a pencil and a ruler and a piece of paper. I just made some straight lines, starting with the V and then doing the A and the E to make my letters. And now I'm going to put some lines inside. I'm going to make a pattern of lines to create movement throughout my letters. And this is speeded up, so I'm not actually going this fast. So if you want to copy this completely, you can pause every once in a while and just copy what I've done and then continue to move on. I am using the polyline tool in Krita. If you want to also do this in Krita, where you click for every line you want and then you double click when you are finished with your lines. So I'm putting those line patterns inside, and because this is a digital art, then I can like merge the layers together. I'm making a new layer for every section, and then I'm going to merge the layers and I'm going to move them around. If I was doing this on a piece of paper, I would measure first to make sure that I had everything centered. Now I'm going to add some shapes around the outside to create my pattern of shapes and some movement the outside, where I decided I wanted to primarily focus on triangles as my shape, and I decided, you know what, I didn't like that triangle over there, so I erased it and put in more of a rectangle and then put my triangles inside. My idea is the triangles will look like little trees because this is for the Evergreen Virtual Academy, EVA. And so I can create this pattern of little trees that moves your eye around the artwork. Let's see, I'm doing different things using selection tools. I'm making more, not using the selection tools yet. I'm making more triangles inside using, I think, the polyline tool or maybe just the regular line tool. I've found that if I'm looking at the whole piece on my screen, it's kind of hard for me to do things accurately, so I had to zoom in. If I was doing this with a paper and pencil and a ruler, I would be looking like with my eyes over my glasses and my face about 2 inches away from the paper. That's just how I work. Again, anything that I'm doing here could be done with a piece of paper in your sketchbook. In fact, this paper is the exact same size as your sketchbook paper. So all you need is a pencil, a piece of paper from your sketchbook, and a straight edge like a ruler or a piece of cardboard that is straight to make those straight lines. As I said before, this can be an inspiration for you, or you can follow it exactly the way I did. One of the best things about working digitally is you can just undo, but you can also just work really lightly with your pencil and then go back and erase all those pencil lines. So I found a brush preset. Right now I'm using the freehand brush tool and this shading pencil preset to give the same kind of texture you would with your colored pencils. So I'm coloring in part of the little trees, that darker green. Um, and then I'm coloring in the other parts with a lighter green. Using the magic wand select tool to just select the parts that I want. If you're doing that in Krita, you click on one of the things you want to select and then hit shift and click all the other things you want to select, and it will select all of them. And I did the outside, my border, I did my lines in blue, and I'm going to color them in mostly in green. So I've got green for trees, and then the line below the line by the trees is going to be like grass or background, and then the line at the tip of the trees will be like for the sky. And I'm doing a lot of this and that to fix little things digitally, like having holes here and there. Um, Sometimes even if you try to fix every single hole, because if you select something and there's a hole, it'll select everything. It's just like using the fill bucket. So I'm trying to fix those different things before I start adding blues and greens to my lettering. But I'm trying to use the official Eva colors, those blues and greens, when I'm doing my lettering. And there we go. Some more greens. I choose an even darker green. And when I'm choosing my colors, I'm trying to stay within the same triangle. So it's just lighter and darker values of the same color. I'm going to put in my backgrounds now. Moving it around. There we go. There's that sort of a darker green land, and then a blue. Grab that blue for the sky. Selecting all the bits and coloring that in also with that coloring pencil kind of shading tool. And I decided I also wanted my background. It could be white, but I kind of like it with a little blue. So there is everything colored in. I've got lines, I've got shapes. They're creating patterns and movements, and I'm going to get ahead and save it as a JPEG. So I will be ready to upload it. Go make some art, friends.